The phone fell from Aduni's shaking hands and crashed onto the marble floor of her Lagos home. The cracking sound echoed through the silence like thunder. Her mouth hung open, and tears began to roll down her cheeks. "Mama is dead," she whispered to herself. "And she left everything to a stranger." Her husband Kola rushed into the living room when he heard the crash. "Aduni, what happened? Why are you crying?" Aduni could barely speak. Her voice came out like a broken whisper. "The lawyer, he just called from America. Mama Rose is gone." "But Kola," she grabbed his shirt with both hands. "She gave away all her money. All of it. To some young man we don't even know." Kola's eyes grew wide. "What do you mean? All of what money?" "The house in Texas. The land. The bank accounts. Everything worth $20 million. Aduni's voice grew louder and angrier. "She married some 30-year-old black man and gave him everything that should belong to us, her real family." The words hung in the air like poison. $20 million. Gone. Given to a complete stranger. But how did it all start? How did a 93-year-old grandmother from Nigeria who had lived in America for 40 years end up betraying her own blood family? 2 years earlier, Mama Rose sat in her big empty house in Houston, Texas. The house felt too quiet, too lonely. Her husband Papa Johnson had died 3 years ago, and since then, every day felt the same. Wake up, eat breakfast alone, watch TV, eat lunch alone, take medicine, eat dinner alone, and go to sleep. She was 91 years old then, with white hair and wrinkled dark skin. But her eyes still sparkled with life. She had been born in Lagos, Nigeria, but moved to America when she was young. She worked hard, saved money, and built a good life with Papa Johnson. They never had children of their own, but her brother's children back in Nigeria had always been like her own kids. Aduni was her favorite. Aduni's father was Mama Rose's younger brother who had died 10 years ago. Aduni lived in Lagos with her husband Kola and their 2 children. Every month, Mama Rose would send money to help them. She had promised Aduni many times, "When I die, everything I have will be yours. You are like my own daughter." But that was before she met Emeka. Emeka was a young man from Anambra State in Nigeria. He had come to America to study computer science at the university. He was tall, dark, and handsome, with a bright smile that could light up any room. He was 28 years old, working part-time at a grocery store while finishing his studies. One Tuesday morning, Mama Rose went to buy groceries like she always did. She was pushing her cart slowly through the store when she suddenly felt dizzy. The world began to spin around her, and she grabbed onto a shelf to stop herself from falling. Mom, are you okay?" A strong, gentle voice called out to her. She looked up and saw a young black man with kind eyes running toward her. He caught her arm just as she was about to fall. I feel dizzy," Mama Rose said weakly. "Let me help you sit down," Emeka said softly. He guided her to a chair near the pharmacy section of the store. "Do you need me to call someone? Maybe your family?" Mama Rose looked into his eyes and felt something she hadn't felt in years. Kindness from a stranger. Care from someone who didn't have to care. "I don't have family here," she said sadly. "They are all back home in Nigeria." "Nigeria?" Emeka's face lit up with surprise. "You are from Nigeria? Which state?" "Lagos," Mama Rose replied, feeling a little stronger. "Ah, I am from Anambra, but I love Lagos," Emeka said with excitement. "My name is Emeka. What is your name, Mama?" "Rose. But everyone calls me Mama Rose." From that day, something beautiful and strange began to happen. Emeka would visit Mama Rose every few days. He would bring her groceries, help her clean the house, and most importantly, he would sit and talk with her for hours. "Tell me about Nigeria, Mama Rose," Emeka would say. "Tell me about the old days." And Mama Rose would tell him stories about growing up in Lagos, about the markets, about the food, about the music. Emeka would listen like he was hearing the most interesting stories in the world. "You remind me of my own grandmother back home," Emeka would tell her. "She also tells wonderful stories." Slowly, Mama Rose began to feel alive again. She would wake up in the morning excited because she knew Emeka might visit. She would cook Nigerian food and teach him recipes. She would give him advice about school and life in America. "You are like the grandson I never had," she told him one day. "And you are like the grandmother I miss so much," he replied. But their friendship was about to become something that would shock everyone who knew them. Months passed and their bond grew stronger. Emeka would spend weekends at Mama Rose's house. He would fix things that were broken, paint walls that needed painting, and keep her company when she felt lonely. One evening, as they sat watching Nigerian movies together, Mama Rose looked at Emeka with tears in her eyes. "Emeka, my son," she said, "I am getting old. I am scared of being alone when I die." "Don't say that, Mama Rose. You will live for many more years." "But what if I don't? What if something happens to me and no one cares? My family in Nigeria only calls when they need money. You are the only person who truly cares about me." Emeka held her hand gently. "I will always be here for you, Mama Rose. Always." That night, a dangerous idea began to grow in Mama Rose's mind. An idea that would change everything and hurt the people who loved her most. Meanwhile, back in Lagos, Adunni was planning her visit to America. She had been saving money for 2 years to visit Mama Rose. She wanted to spend Christmas with her and maybe convince her to move back to Nigeria. "Mama Rose is getting too old to live alone," Adunni told her husband Kola. "When I visit her, I will bring her back home with us. Then when she dies, everything will stay in the family as it should be." Adunni had no idea that her visit would be too late. She had no idea that Mama Rose was about to make a decision that would destroy their family forever. The phone rang in Mama Rose's house. It was Adunni calling from Lagos. "Mama Rose, how are you? I have good news. I finally saved enough money to visit you. I will be there next month." Mama Rose felt a strange feeling in her heart. Guilt? Fear? She looked at Emeka, who was sitting beside her reading a book. That is good news, my dear," Mama Rose said slowly. "I can't wait to see you, and I want to talk to you about coming back home to Nigeria. You shouldn't be living alone at your age." After the call ended, Mama Rose sat quietly for a long time. Emeka noticed she looked worried. "What is wrong, Mama Rose?" "My family wants me to come back to Nigeria," she said. "That might be good for you," Emeka replied. "You miss home, don't you?" Mama Rose looked at him with panic in her eyes. "But what about you? What about us? I can't leave you here alone." "Mama Rose, I will be fine. I am young. I can take care of myself." "No," she said loudly, surprising both of them. "I won't leave you. You are the best thing that has happened to me in years. I won't let them take me away from you." That night, as Emeka slept in the guest room, Mama Rose made a decision that would shock the world. She picked up her phone and called her lawyer. "Mr. Peterson, it's Rose Johnson. I need to see you tomorrow. I want to change my will, and I want to do something else. Something very important." The next morning, Mama Rose woke up Emeka early. "Emeka, I need to ask you something very important." "What is it, Mama Rose?" She took his hands in hers and looked into his eyes. "Will you marry me?" Emeka's mouth dropped open. He thought he heard wrong. "Mama Rose, what did you say?" "I want you to marry me. Not for love like young people do, but so that I can protect you and you can protect me. So that we can be a real family." "But Mama Rose, people will not understand. You are 91 and I am 28. People will think." "I don't care what people think," she said firmly. "I only care about you and me. Will you do it? Will you marry me so we can be together forever?" Emeka was quiet for a long time. He thought about his life, his struggles, his dreams. He thought about how kind Mama Rose had been to him. He thought about how lonely they both were. "If that is what you really want, Mama Rose, then yes, I will marry you." 3 days later, they went to the courthouse. Mama Rose wore her best white dress. Emeka wore a black suit. They signed the papers and became husband and wife. But this was only the beginning of the storm that was coming. That same week, Mama Rose called her lawyer again. "Mr. Peterson, I want to change my will completely. I want to leave everything to my husband, Emeka Okafor. Mrs. Johnson, are you sure about this? What about your family in Nigeria? I am very sure. Emeka is my family now. He is the only one who truly loves me. The lawyer prepared the new will. Everything, the house worth $8 million, the land worth $5 million, the bank accounts worth $7 million. Everything would go to Emeka when Mama Rose died. 2 weeks later, Adunni arrived in America, excited to see her beloved Mama Rose. She had brought gifts from Nigeria and had big plans for their time together. She knocked on Mama Rose's door, expecting to see her old, lonely grandmother. Instead, the door opened, and she saw a young, handsome black man standing there. "Hello," Emeka said politely. "You must be Adunni. Mama Rose has told me so much about you." Who are you?" Adunni asked, confused. "I am Emeka, Mama Rose's husband." The word husband hit Adunni like a thunderbolt. She felt dizzy, just like Mama Rose had felt that day in the grocery store. "Husband?" she whispered. "Yes," Emeka said with a smile. "We got married 2 weeks ago. Come in. She is waiting for you." Adunni walked into the house feeling like she was in a nightmare. This couldn't be real. This had to be some kind of joke. But when she saw Mama Rose sitting in the living room, wearing a gold wedding ring and holding hands with this young man, she knew it was terrifyingly real. "Mama Rose," Adunni said slowly. "What have you done?" "Adunni, my dear child." Mama Rose stood up with a big smile on her face, as if everything was normal. "Come and meet my husband, Emeka. Isn't he wonderful?" Adunni stood frozen by the door. Her heart was beating so fast she thought it might jump out of her chest. She looked at Emeka, then at Mama Rose, then back at Emeka. "Husband." The word came out like a whisper. "Mama Rose, this man looks younger than me. How can he be your husband?" "Age is just a number, my dear," Mama Rose said, still smiling. "Love has no age limit." "Love?" Adunni's voice got louder. "Mama Rose, what kind of love? This man is young enough to be your great-grandson." Emeka stepped forward politely. "Sister Adunni, I know this is surprising, but don't call me sister," Adunni shouted, pointing her finger at him. "You are not my family. You are a stranger." The smile disappeared from Mama Rose's face. "Adunni, don't speak to my husband like that." "Your husband?" Adunni laughed, but it was not a happy laugh. It was the kind of laugh people make when they are angry and hurt. "Mama Rose, what has this man done to your mind? Did he give you some kind of medicine to make you crazy?" "I am not crazy," Mama Rose said firmly. "I am happier than I have been in years." "Happy?" Adunni moved closer to them. "Mama Rose, look at me. Really look at me. I am your family. Your blood. Your brother's daughter. This man, what is he to you? What does he want from you?" "He wants nothing from me," Mama Rose said. "He takes care of me. He loves me. He makes me feel alive again." "He loves your money," Adunni said loudly. "Can't you see? He is using you." Emeka's face changed. For the first time, he looked angry. Adunni, that is not true. I don't care about Mama Rose's money." "Oh, really?" Adunni turned to face him fully. "Then let me ask you something. If Mama Rose was poor and had nothing, would you still marry her?" Emeka was quiet for a moment. That silence was like a loud answer. "I thought so," Adunni said with bitter satisfaction. "Mama Rose, can't you see what is happening here?" "Stop it." Mama Rose stood between them. "Both of you stop it right now. Adunni, I am disappointed in you. I thought you would be happy for me." "Happy?" Adunni's eyes filled with tears. "How can I be happy? You have thrown away everything Papa Johnson worked for. Everything you promised would come to our family." "I never promised you anything," Mama Rose said, her voice getting cold. Those words hit Adunni like a slap in the face. You never promised?" "Mama Rose, for 20 years you have been telling me that I am like your daughter, that everything you have would be mine when you are gone." "Things change," Mama Rose said simply. Things change. Adani felt like the ground was moving under her feet. What has changed? I am still the same Adani who calls you every week. I am still the same person who has loved and respected you all my life. The only thing that has changed is this. This gold digger came into your life. Don't call him names, Mama Rose said angrily. The three of them stood in the living room like enemies preparing for war. The house that had once been filled with love and warmth now felt cold and dangerous. That night, Adani stayed in the guest room, but she couldn't sleep. She could hear Mama Rose and Emeka talking and laughing in the next room. The sound made her sick to her stomach. She called her husband Kola back in Lagos. Kola, I need your help, she whispered into the phone. Something terrible has happened. What is it? Is Mama Rose okay? She is alive, but she has lost her mind. She married a young man. A man who is only 30 years old. There was silence on the other end of the phone. Kola, are you there? I am here. I can't believe what you are saying. Are you sure? I am looking at them right now. They are wearing wedding rings. Kola, I think she has changed her will. I think she is going to give everything to this stranger. No, Kola said firmly. We cannot let that happen. That money belongs to our family. Our children's future depends on it. What should I do? Fight, Adani. Fight for what is rightfully ours. And if you can't change her mind, then we will find another way. The next morning, Adani woke up determined. She found Mama Rose in the kitchen making breakfast while Emeka was in the shower. Mama Rose, we need to talk. Alone. What about? About this marriage. About what you are doing to our family. Mama Rose stopped cooking and turned to face her. Adani, I have already told you. I am happy. This is my choice. Your choice. Adani sat down at the kitchen table. Mama Rose, let me tell you what I see. I see an old woman who is lonely and scared. I see a young man who saw an opportunity and took it. I see a family being destroyed for money. You are wrong. Am I? Then prove it. If this is really about love and not money, then don't change your will. Keep the promise you made to me and my children. Mama Rose was quiet for a long time. Then she said something that broke Adani's heart completely. I already changed my will. Everything goes to Emeka now. The kitchen became so quiet that Adani could hear her own heartbeat. She felt like someone had poured ice water into her chest. Everything? She whispered. Everything. The house, the land, the bank accounts. All of it. Adani stood up so fast that her chair fell backward. How could you do this to us? How could you throw away your own family for a stranger? Emeka is not a stranger. He is my husband. He is my family now. He is a thief, Adani shouted. A thief who stole your mind and now wants to steal your money. That's enough. Emeka's voice came from the doorway. He had finished his shower and heard them arguing. I will not let you talk to my wife like this. Your wife. Adani laughed that angry laugh again. She is old enough to be your great-grandmother. Age doesn't matter when two people care about each other, Emeka said. Care about each other? Adani walked up to him until they were face to face. Let me ask you something, young man. Where are you from in Nigeria? Anambra State. And your family there? Do they know you married a 93-year-old woman? Emeka's face changed slightly. That is not your business. I think it is my business. I think they don't know. I think you are ashamed to tell them because you know what you are doing is wrong. I am not ashamed of anything. Then call them. Right now. Call your family in Nigeria and tell them about your wife. Let's see what they say. Emeka looked uncomfortable. I don't have to prove anything to you. Because you can't. Adani said triumphantly. Because you know they will tell you the same thing I am telling you. You are taking advantage of an old woman. Stop it. Mama Rose came between them again. Both of you stop fighting in my house. Your house. Adani turned to her. This will be his house soon, won't it? When you die, everything becomes his. A stranger will own everything that Papa Johnson built. A stranger will live in the house where you and Papa Johnson loved each other for 40 years. For the first time, Mama Rose looked uncertain. Papa Johnson. He would understand. He would want me to be happy. Papa Johnson would roll over in his grave if he knew what you were doing. Adunni said. He worked so hard to build this life for you. He saved every penny so that you would be comfortable when he was gone. And you are just going to give it all away to someone you met a few months ago. I met Emeka a year ago, Mama Rose said quietly. A year. Adunni laughed bitterly. A year. And that is enough time to throw away your family and give away $20 million. The number hung in the air like thunder. $20 million. That was how much everything was worth. Emeka's eyes widened slightly when he heard the number. He had never known exactly how much money Mama Rose had. Adunni noticed his reaction. Ah, you see? He didn't even know how much you are worth. But now that he knows, watch how much more he will love you. That is not true, Emeka said angrily. Isn't it? Let me make you an offer, young man. I will give you $1 million right now. Cash. Take it and leave Mama Rose alone. Go back to Nigeria and find someone your own age. I don't want your money, Emeka said. No, you want her money. Much more money. I want to take care of Mama Rose. I want to make her happy. For how long? Adunni asked. Until she dies and you inherit everything? How convenient that she is 93 years old. You won't have to wait very long. Will you? Adunni, Mama Rose said, shocked. But the words were already out, and they could not be taken back. The truth was now in the open like a poison snake. That afternoon, while Emeka went to the store, Adunni sat with Mama Rose on the porch. Mama Rose, I am going to ask you one more time. Please change your mind. Please remember that I am your family. My children are your family. Emeka is my family now, Mama Rose said stubbornly. Then let me ask you this. When you die, what do you think will happen? Do you think Emeka will visit your grave? Do you think he will remember you with love? Or do you think he will take the money and disappear? He will remember me. And what about us? What about me and my children who have loved you all our lives? We will remember you too. But we will remember you as the grandmother who betrayed us. Mama Rose was quiet for a long time. When she spoke, her voice was sad. Adunni, I am old and tired. I just want to be happy for whatever time I have left. But Mama Rose, happiness built on lies doesn't last. And this marriage, it feels like a lie to me. It's not a lie. Then prove it. Ask Emeka to sign a paper saying he doesn't want your money when you die. If he really loves you and not your wealth, he will sign it gladly. Mama Rose looked at Adunni with fear in her eyes. I can't ask him that. Why not? If you are sure he loves you for yourself, it should be easy. Because... Mama Rose's voice became very small. Because what if he says no? And there it was. The truth that Mama Rose had been hiding from herself. She was afraid that Emeka would leave her if she had no money to give him. Oh, Mama Rose, Adunni said sadly. You already know the answer, don't you? Tears began to fall from Mama Rose's eyes. I am so lonely, Adunni, so very lonely. When Papa Johnson died, I felt like I died too. Then Emeka came, and I felt alive again. But Mama Rose, you are not alone. You have me. You have my children. You have family who loves you. Family who only calls when they need money, Mama Rose said bitterly. That's not fair and you know it. I call you every week just to talk. I send you pictures of the children. I came all the way to America to see you. You came to take me back to Nigeria. Because I love you. Because I want to take care of you. They sat in silence for a while, both crying for different reasons. When Emeka came back from the store, he found them on the porch with red eyes. What happened? Why are you both crying? We were just talking, Mama Rose said quickly. But Emeka could feel that something had changed. The air felt heavy and dangerous. That night, as they lay in bed, Mama Rose turned to Emeka. Emeka, I need to ask you something. What is it, my dear? If I had no money, would you still want to be with me? Emeka was quiet for too long. When he answered, His voice didn't sound as sure as before. Of course, Mama Rose. Money doesn't matter to me. But in the darkness, Mama Rose could feel that something had changed between them two. The magic was wearing off, and reality was creeping in like a cold wind. The next day brought a phone call that would change everything forever. The phone rang at 6 a.m. Mama Rose was still sleeping, but a dunny was already awake, sitting by the window and thinking about everything that had happened. She answered the phone before it could wake anyone else. "Hello. Is this the home of Rose Johnson?" The voice was speaking English, but with a thick Nigerian accent. "Yes, it is. Who is this?" "My name is Mr. Okafor. I am calling from Anambra State, Nigeria. I am looking for my son, Emeka Okafor. Someone told me he might be staying at this house." Adani's heart began to beat faster. This was Emeka's father calling from Nigeria. "Hold on, let me get him for you," she said. But instead of calling Emeka, she had a different idea. A dangerous idea. "Actually, sir, before I call him, can I ask you something? Do you know why your son is in America? He is studying computer science at university." "Why are you asking? And sir, do you know that your son got married recently?" There was a long silence on the phone. "Married? That is impossible. Emeka is only 30 years old. He is focused on his studies. He has no time for marriage." "Sir, I think you need to know something. Your son married a 93-year-old American woman." The silence on the phone became so long that Adani thought the call had been cut off. "Sir, are you still there? Did you say 93 years old?" His voice was barely a whisper. "Yes, sir. And she is very rich. Worth about $20 million. Jesus Christ, Mr. Okafor said in Igbo language. "What has this boy done?" "Sir, I think you should talk to your son. Let me call him now." Adani went to wake up Emeka. When she told him his father was on the phone, his face went completely white. "My father? How did he get this number?" "I don't know, but he wants to talk to you." Emeka walked slowly to the phone like a man walking to his execution. "Papa, how did you find me?" Adani could hear Mr. Okafor shouting through the phone, even though she was standing far away. He was speaking Igbo, but his anger needed no translation. "Papa, please let me explain," Emeka said in English. "Explain what?" His father switched to English so everyone could understand. "Explain how you married a woman old enough to be your great-grandmother? Explain how you have brought shame to our family name." "Papa, it's not what you think." "It's not what I think? Then tell me what it is. Tell me why a 30-year-old man marries a 93-year-old woman." Mama Rose had woken up because of the shouting. She came into the living room wearing her nightgown, looking confused and scared. "Emeka, what is happening? Who is shouting?" "It's my father, Mama Rose. He found out about our marriage." "And what is wrong with that?" Mama Rose asked. "Why is he angry?" Mr. Okafor heard her voice through the phone. "Is that the old woman? Put her on the phone. Let me talk to her." Emeka looked terrified. "Papa, please. Put her on the phone now." With shaking hands, Emeka gave the phone to Mama Rose. "Hello?" she said nervously. "Madam, my name is Mr. Okafor. I am Emeka's father. Can you please tell me why you married my son?" Because I love him and he loves me." "Love?" Mr. Okafor's laugh was bitter and loud. "Madam, you are 93 years old. My son is 30. That is not love. That is something else. Age doesn't matter when two people care about each other," Mama Rose said, repeating what Emeka had taught her to say. "Madam, let me ask you a question. If you had no money, do you think my son would have married you?" Mama Rose was quiet. It was the same question Adani had asked her. I. You cannot answer because you know the truth. My son saw an old, lonely, rich woman, and he took advantage of you." "That's not true," Mama Rose said, but her voice was weak. "Then prove it. Give away all your money to charity. Keep nothing. If my son really loves you, he will stay with you even if you are poor." I can't do that." Why not? If this is true love, money should not matter. Mama Rose began to cry. Please, I don't want to talk anymore. She gave the phone back to Emeka, whose hands were shaking. Papa! Emeka! You have disappointed me beyond words. You have brought shame to our family. Come back to Nigeria immediately and end this madness. I can't, Papa. Mama Rose needs me. Mama Rose needs your money, not you. Can't you see what you have become? You have become a gigolo, a gold digger. Papa, please try to understand. I understand perfectly. You saw an opportunity to become rich quickly, and you took it. But at what cost? You have sold your dignity, your family's honor, everything. The phone call ended with Mr. Okafor hanging up in anger. The house became silent except for Mama Rose's crying. Adunni, who had been listening to everything, felt a strange mixture of satisfaction and sadness. She was happy that someone else could see the truth, but she was sad to see Mama Rose in so much pain. Over the next few days, everything began to fall apart. Emeka became distant and cold. He stopped bringing Mama Rose flowers. He stopped cooking with her. He spent most of his time on his phone, talking to people in Nigeria. Mama Rose tried to pretend everything was normal, but anyone could see that she was breaking inside. Emeka, do you still love me? She asked him one evening. Of course, Mama Rose. Then why do you seem so far away? I am just stressed about my family. They don't understand our love. But Adunni could see what was really happening. The magic spell was broken. Reality had come crashing in, and everyone could see the truth. 1 week later, another phone call came. This time it was from the university. Is Emeka Okafor there? This is from the registrar's office. We need to speak with him about his enrollment. When Emeka took the phone, his face went from white to gray. What do you mean my scholarship has been cancelled? He said into the phone. Adunni couldn't hear the other side of the conversation, but she could guess what was happening. But why? I haven't done anything wrong with my studies. After the call ended, Emeka sat down heavily on the couch. What happened? Mama Rose asked. Someone complained to the university about our marriage. They said it was inappropriate conduct. They cancelled my scholarship. Who would complain? Mama Rose asked innocently. But Adunni and Emeka both knew who had complained. Mr. Okafor had contacted the university to force his son to come back to Nigeria. What will you do now? Mama Rose asked. I don't know. Without the scholarship, I can't afford to stay in school. I might have to go back to Nigeria. For the first time, Mama Rose looked panicked. No. You can't leave me. I will pay for your school. Mama Rose, that would cost thousands of dollars every semester. I don't care. I have money. I will pay for everything. And there it was. The final proof that their relationship was really about money. Adunni watched as Mama Rose promised to pay for Emeka's education, his living expenses, everything. She watched as Emeka accepted the offer without even pretending to refuse. That night, Adunni made one last attempt to save her grandmother. Mama Rose, can't you see what is happening? Your husband lost his scholarship, and suddenly you have to pay for everything. Don't you think that's strange? I want to help him. That's what wives do. But Mama Rose, what happens when your money runs out? What happens when there's nothing left to give? There will always be enough money. Will there? You're going to pay for his school, his living expenses, probably send money to his family in Nigeria too. How long do you think $20 million will last? For the first time, Mama Rose looked scared. She had never thought about the money running out. 2 days later, Emeka came home with news that shocked everyone. Mama Rose, I have been thinking, maybe I should go back to Nigeria for a few months, just to talk to my family and make them understand. A few months. Mama Rose's voice was tiny and frightened. Just temporarily, to fix things with my family. But what about our marriage? What about me? You will be fine. Adunni is here to take care of you. Adunni couldn't believe what she was hearing. Emeka was planning to leave. After getting married, after changing the will, he was going to abandon Mama Rose. Emeka, Adani said slowly. If you go back to Nigeria, will you come back? Of course I will come back. When? I'm not sure. Maybe after I finish my studies there. How long will that take? Maybe 2 or 3 years. 2 or 3 years? Mama Rose stood up, shaking. You want to leave me for 2 or 3 years? It's not forever, Mama Rose. I am 93 years old. I might not be alive in 3 years. The room became very quiet. Everyone was thinking the same thing, but no one wanted to say it. Finally, Adani spoke the truth. He's counting on that, Mama Rose. He's counting on you dying while he's gone so he can inherit everything without having to pretend to be your husband anymore. That's not true, Emeka said, but he didn't look anyone in the eyes. Isn't it? Adani walked closer to him. Let me ask you again. If Mama Rose had no money, would you still marry her? If she was just a poor old woman, would you want to spend your life taking care of her? Emeka was quiet for a long time. Too long. I thought so, Adani said sadly. Mama Rose sank into her chair like her bones had turned to water. The truth was finally clear to everyone, even to her. Emeka? She whispered. Do you love me at all? I care about you, Mama Rose. That's not what I asked. Do you love me? Love is complicated. No, it's not. It's simple. Yes or no. Do you love me? Emeka looked at the floor. I love that you are kind to me. I love that you treat me well. But do you love me? The person? The woman? Not what I give you, but who I am. The silence that followed was the loudest sound in the world. I thought so, Mama Rose said, tears flowing down her cheeks. The next morning, Mama Rose called her lawyer. Mr. Peterson, I need to see you today. I want to change my will again. When she came back from the lawyer's office that afternoon, she looked older and more tired than Adani had ever seen her. Mama Rose, what did you do? I changed everything back. The will is the way it was before. Everything goes to you and the family when I die. Emeka, who had been packing his clothes, stopped and stared at her. What about me? He asked. What about you? Mama Rose's voice was cold now. You're going back to Nigeria, remember? You said it yourself, you might not come back for 2 or 3 years. Maybe never. But we're married. Are we? Or are we just 2 people who signed some papers? Mama Rose, I can explain. There's nothing to explain. I understand everything now. You saw a lonely old woman with money, and you took advantage of her. Just like everyone said. That's not true. Then stay. Don't go to Nigeria. Stay here with me and be my husband for real. Not for my money, but because you want to be with me. Emeka looked trapped. Everyone was staring at him, waiting for his answer. I can't. My family. Your family is more important than your wife? It's complicated. No, Emeka. It's simple. Just like love. Yes or no. Do you want to be my husband? Emeka couldn't answer. He picked up his suitcase and walked toward the door. Where are you going? Mama Rose asked. To the airport. My flight to Nigeria leaves tonight. And when will you come back? I don't know. Will you come back? Emeka stopped at the door but didn't turn around. I don't know. Then this marriage is over. Those words hung in the air like the final curtain falling on a sad play. Emeka left without saying goodbye. 2 months later, Mama Rose got very sick. Adani took care of her every day, just like a real daughter would. Adani, Mama Rose said weakly from her hospital bed. I'm sorry for what I did to you and the family. It's okay, Mama Rose. You were lonely. You wanted to be loved. I was foolish. I let a young man trick me because I was afraid of dying alone. You're not dying alone. I'm here. Your family is here. Do you think Emeka will come back when he hears I'm sick? Adani held her hand gently. Does it matter? No. Mama Rose smiled sadly. It doesn't matter anymore. 3 days later, Mama Rose Johnson died peacefully in her sleep. She was 93 years old. Emeka did not come back for the funeral. He called Adani a week after the burial. I heard about Mama Rose, he said. I'm sorry for your loss. Thank you. Um, about the will. What about it? Did she, did she leave anything for me? Adani felt sick to her stomach. Even in death, Mama Rose had been right about him. She left you something, Adani said. Really? What? A lesson. She left you the lesson that love cannot be bought, and money cannot buy happiness. But what about money? Did she leave me any money? Goodbye, Emeka. Adani hung up the phone and never heard from him again. Years later, when people asked Adani about the story of her grandmother and the young man who tried to steal her fortune, she would always say the same thing. My grandmother learned that loneliness makes us do foolish things. But she also learned that real love cannot be bought or sold. In the end, she chose family over money, truth over lies, and dignity over desperation. That is the most valuable thing she left us. The house in Houston still stands today. Adani kept it as a reminder that love and family are worth more than all the money in the world. And somewhere in Nigeria, a young man learned that shortcuts to wealth always lead to dead ends, and that true success comes from hard work and honest living, not from taking advantage of lonely old people. The story of Mama Rose became a warning and a lesson for everyone who heard it. Be careful who you trust with your heart, and remember that those who truly love you will love you whether you are rich or poor, young or old, healthy or sick. In the end, love is the only wealth that really matters.